I gotta say, this shit just keeps happening, chat. I said, oh man, BBCF is so fun. This game is a blast. I made a video about it, and I got a comment that was like, of course you think this game is fun, you play 9. I thought that was like such a beast comment because like people said the same thing about me playing Soul. They're like, of course you play, like you think Strive is a fun game, like you play Soul. I think the assumption is, oh, you played this cheap character, of course you think the game is fun. But the actual answer is like, that is why they don't think the game is fun, because they assume my fun is only from playing strong characters, when in reality, whatever character I play in any game is just the character I think is the coolest, and I'm having a fucking blast. Before Strive came out, and I was playing Plus R, I was like, guys, just play Soul, okay? Like, he's the most fun character in Guilty Gear, always. Just pick Soul. Like, Soul is super fun. Plus R, I thought that game was a blast, and I played not a top-tier character, right? I played a mid-tier character. Dude, I've played some whack characters in fighting games. I played characters that are not good at all. I played plenty of mid characters. I played plenty of super strong characters, and I wouldn't play them if I didn't like them, regardless of their strength. You just pick the one that's fun. That idea is so hilarious to me. If you think the game is only fun if you play 9, then just play 9. I don't know what to tell you. Nightwing was so fun in Injustice 1. That character's whack. Gold Lewis is a great example too. I've had so much fun playing Gold Lewis. People think he's so bad. You know, they're like, Gold Lewis can't win. His character's whack, etc. And then you just smoke him with him. And I'm having a blast. I think Gold Lewis is so fun. If the answer is like, oh, so you're only having fun because you play a fun character, then like, yeah, you should play somebody who you think is fun. If that to you is a cheap character, then you should just pick a cheap character. But to me, I just pick whoever I think is tight. It's because they're facing 9 and fighting 9 isn't fun. You think I have fun getting twerked on by their stupid ass character? If I'm having this much fun with my character, right? Getting fucked up by your stupid ass character is like this much anti-fun. This shit sucks. But it's overshadowed by this much fun I'm having with my character. It's so much fun. The difference between you and I here in this is I am having a blast, regardless of whether I'm dying or the champion of the universe. My character is very fun, and I think the game is a blast. You can't stop me from having fun, no matter how much you try. You try your hardest. All of you try so hard to prevent everybody else from having fun with a game that is, it's a video game. But you can't stop me. I'm gonna have fun. You only have fun because you're trying to have fun, idiot. I've realized as like a casual observer that everybody is always mad all the time. And I realized that there's not that many people that are usually happy with the state of the game. It doesn't matter what the game is. And I was thinking about that recently because I was going to get back into Runeterra, and I've talked about this, but like when I used to play Runeterra, everybody was grumpy all the time about the meta, and I thought the game was really fun, and I was like, yeah, there's lots of viable decks, like it's cool. There's some stronger decks, but like maybe you can build another deck that beats that but loses to some other deck on the ladder. It's like fine. I thought the game was always fun, and all the versions of it I played. And I told you guys I wanted to get back into the game because the conversation around the meta of the game was so bad. Everybody was like, this is the worst balance ever. This game is miserably bad. I hate it here. When I played it the last time, they were like, this is the worst version of the game ever. And like the meta before that was like, this is the worst meta it's ever been. And the meta before that was like, this is the worst meta. And like, the more I keep playing it, the more I'm like, I don't know, this seems fun to me. Like, there are super strong decks, but there's always going to be. I don't think like I've ever played the game and people have ever been happy about it. In fact, even trying to find content around the game, just finding someone who's not incredibly grumpy about the state of the game is really hard. I got into playing Hunt, and there's creators who are just like, ugh, it's so stupid. People just do this and they play this, and it's so, they just play the good guns. Why does everybody just play the good guns? Ugh. And they're just like mad the whole time. And I'm like, why? Why are you mad people are picking strong weapons? Like, I don't know. Okay. Every video game on the planet has strong things. If it's a competitive game, there's always going to be strong things, and people will always pick the strong things because, like, yeah, no shit. Imagine, like, in life, you're sitting there and, like, you get to choose. You're like, do I want to, like, you know, eat this delicious meal, or do I want to have this meal that tastes horrible? Like, you're like, I'm gonna pick the meal that's good. They're like, wow, what a fucking scrub picking the good meal. Ugh, why don't you just eat the meal that tastes like shit? I'm having a great time eating this meal that tastes like shit. And you're just like, I'm not. I'm gonna eat the meal that's delicious. Like, you're fucking weird. It's like such a strange attitude. Like, I don't get, like, if you want to play something that is not the strong option, you want to play something that is sillier, that you enjoy, that is fun, that is not as powerful, You have to just like play it and have fun with it and accept you're not picking the best thing in the game, and that's okay. Even if you play the best thing in the game probably loses to something else that is not the best thing in the game, and the person who's playing the best thing in the game is going to be pissed when they die to the thing that beats them. It's very rare that like the state of the game is that miserable. People just get grumpy. That's all there is to it. They just get upset and grumpy, and they have low tolerance for the things in the game that make them upset, and it's kind of over now. I think in general, when you watch most games, like the amount of people who truly delve deep into the game and like really master a lot of things versus the amount of people who are like pretty good and then get pissed is obviously skewed towards the latter. Trying to find people who are like actually just cheerful about the games you play is like actually kind of hard. That's how it goes. Everybody gets so grumpy all the time about every game. They just don't know how to have fun. Get owned. And it doesn't matter if my character is super strong or super whack. You will never have more fun than I had fun playing Plus R Soul. The true joy of just doing stupid shit with that character is very hard to describe. That character is so fun. Ryan says, I see your Plus R Soul and raise you Plus R Venom. That's important. You have to have a character that makes you feel that way, even if you're wrong. Nice fucking try. But, you know, that's the point. Like, if the fun you're having doesn't outweigh everything else, then that's probably not good. The thing about not having fun while losing, I didn't just pick up a fighting game, and I didn't just like start playing fighting games and beat everybody I ever played. It's not like I'm winning most of my matches when I'm learning Gold Lewis or Happy Chaos or even, you know, whatever. I have a blasty blast whether I'm winning or whether I'm losing, and I don't really care. Of course, everybody gets grumpy about something, whether you're winning or losing or whatever it is. But if the overall level of fun most of the time is not there for you, then there's probably something that's going wrong, you know? I'll give you an example, okay? I haven't played Chivalry 1 in like 5 years. And I didn't play any Mordhau, and I haven't played Chivalry 2. I got Chivalry 2, and I played it last night at like midnight. And the first game I played, I was like dying laughing the entire time, and I had a blast. I think I was like 15 and like 30, and I had a fucking blast the whole time. The best thing that happened to me in Chivalry was a death. I was fighting this dude in Chivalry, and he was really low, so I threw my sword at him, and it missed, and then he was trying to run away from me, so then I try to throw my dagger at him. He's like, you know, strafing, and my dagger just goes and hits this like wooden beam in front of me. So I pulled out the dagger, and then I stabbed him, and then he didn't die. And then I went to kill him again, and a guy hit me in the back with a warhammer and just cut my head off. I was tremendously sad. I was like, no. I was like so sad. I was like, oh, and I was dying laughing because my character just falls over. And then I respawned and I did my battle cry and I ran again, and it was a great time. Listen. Versus games are silly, man. They are the most fun and the most frustrating, I think, style of fighting games. Like they lend themselves to the biggest moments of joy and the biggest moments of rage probably out of any game. When a game has naturally high power level like that, it's very easy to get sideswiped. Me sewing while playing versus games versus me reaping, yeah.